What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today I've got a huge sneaker unboxing. One that's bigger than most of the unboxings that I usually do, both in the size of the package and also the amount of sneakers that we have. And the reason I'm able to do today's unboxing is all thanks to Mr. Porter, who is not actually a man, it's an online retailer for men. I mean, it could be a man, but it's mostly an online retailer. I love their site because it's curated by highly trained fashion experts and it sells everything from Yeezys to high fashion sneakers. So anything you're looking for, Mr. Porter has. I mean, obviously they sell clothes too, but the main reason that I go to Mr. Porter is for the sneakers, and that's what we're unboxing today. But my favorite part about Mr. Porter is that the resellers don't really seem to know about it yet. You can grab Yeezys on the day of the release pretty easily. In fact, one of the pairs of sneakers that we're unboxing today is actually an early pair of Yeezys, which are coming out tomorrow, which of course you can grab on MrPorter.com. Link in the description below. So without further ado, let's get right into this giant box. It's filled with Fear of Gods, Off-Whites, and Yeezys, and I can't wait. As you can tell, I wasn't lying about the size of this box. It was actually in an even bigger box, but I couldn't fit that box through my door. So this is the box that you guys get to see. The giant Mr. Porter box that all three sneakers come in. I don't know why I set this up vertically. It's too heavy for that. Let me pull it off the top. Look how nicely it's packaged in there. That's sick. Let's pop this little piece of tape. Oh man. Oh man. Look at all that goodness. I'm excited. I can't wait. Let me actually put this off on the ground so this doesn't take up the entire table throughout the entire unboxing. Let me move this down here. Jeez, man. Okay, whatever, screw it. Why don't we start with some of the more fashiony sneakers and go into the Yeezys last, because I think those are the ones that you guys might be the most excited to see. However, there are some sneakers that I think I might actually prefer to the Yeezys in the box, but I don't know. I'm gonna stop wasting your time. Let's just pull one out. Look at that. Oh man, I can't wait. I thought this bow came with the box, but this bow is actually a Mr. Porter detail. That's a nice touch. It keeps the box closed in shipping, and also just makes it feel more premium. I dig that touch. So this obviously is a pair of Fear of Gods. This is one of their more fashion-focused sneakers. It's not from their Nike collaboration, and this is actually much better quality than their Nike collaboration because this is their like high fashion stuff, which I've never seen in person, and that's why I was so excited to open up this box. So without further ado, let's open this guy up. I hate when boxes take forever to pull off the lid. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so first things first, got a little pouch. What's inside this pouch? Oh, okay. Duh. You've got some extra sets of laces. You've got like a tan and a white. I think the shoe is also tan, so I don't know what color laces come in the shoe, but it doesn't seem like you're getting too many lace color options. Next up inside the box, we've got two Fear of God dust bags. Look at that. We've got this paper that has Fear of God printed on it in gloss. Looking real classy. There we go. Oh, it comes in a plastic bag too, just to keep it fresh. I love that. Oh man, let me move the this extra stuff off to the side. Look at that. Wow. So this is the Fear of God 101 lace-up sneaker, and it has a very sort of Vans vibe, which I really like, but it's got a much more premium feel, and it's got some heft to it too. Like, this is not a light sneaker, but for something like this that's more fashion-focused and not so much athletically focused, I think that's totally fine. And the main reason for the weight, I would assume, is this super, super thick, chunky midsole, which I really love. Obviously, as the name of the sneaker would suggest, this sneaker is covered completely in this really beautiful light gray or bone-colored suede. I just can't get over how good this sneaker looks. This is beautiful. It's minimal, it's simple, it's clean. So on the back of this super chunky midsole, you have the Fear of God logo embossed into it, which I think is a really nice detail. You've also got this super smooth leather heel counter, and they actually use leather on the sock liner of the sneaker as well. It's a slightly darker shade of tan than the rest of the upper, and it looks like you've got this really nice leather insole as well. Let me try and pull it out. You've got a nice leather-topped insole with some foam on the bottom for added comfort. I love it. I think it's awesome. So it looks like the shoe comes with sort of sail-colored or cream-colored laces already, and I think the laces that came in the lace bag were more of a tan like the upper of the sneaker and also a white that I guess would sort of not really match anything on the shoe, but just kind of be a nice contrast. This sail really nicely matches the midsole of the shoe, and I think I'm probably going to leave these laces on because I don't think the other laces provide that much of a difference, so I don't honestly care that much. I'm fine with these laces. You do also have this really interesting Fear of God lace lock that actually feels like It's metal. Huh, I didn't expect it to be that premium, but it even has Fear of God debossed into the metal. Another detail that I'm just noticing now is that the top of the tongue actually has this really nice black leather edge, which provides some nice contrast and a nice pop. And that's what I love about this sneaker. This tiny black leather edge is the pop detail of this shoe. It's such a minimal sneaker, you don't need any insane details, it's just a nice little pop. And there you go. The outsole of the shoe is co-molded with the midsole, and it comes in white with this nice herringbone traction pattern. This is a really nice shoe. I think Jerry Lorenzo really knocked it out of the park with these. This is like a simple, everyday, probably more business casual, more fashion focused kind of sneaker. I don't know if I'd wear this to like a basketball game, but I would definitely wear this to like a business meeting. I don't actually have anything as nice as this sneaker to wear to a business meeting, but my shoes would be on point. I love these. I think these are really, really well made, and I love that I have some more Fear of God pieces that aren't just the Nike collection. So I'm excited to start expanding my Fear of God collection in the future. This might be the first and only piece because the other parts are a little pricey. So I love those Fear of Gods. I think they're awesome. I love the minimal aesthetic, but now I'm gonna be unboxing a sneaker that's just completely opposite from that. And that's some Off-Whites. Some Off-White designer sneakers. I have never seen this shoe in person, ever. I thought it looked crazy online, and I thought, you know what? Why not make now the time that I try it out? So we're gonna do that. We're gonna see what this Off-White ODSY 1000 looks like in person. This is a shoe that I'm kind of excited for because, like I said, I've never seen it. I have no idea what to expect. So let's take a look at the box really quick. You've got the Off-White designer box, this nice sort of greenish color. You've got some text like Shoebox 2013, which is when I believe Off-White started. You've got the Off-White CO Virgil Abloh defining the gray area between black and white as the color of Off-White. You've got some giant orange letters right there that say SB in bright orange for some reason. And then you've got the tag with the small picture of the shoe that actually doesn't seem to be stuck onto the box. So first things first, dust bag. Giant dust bag. Unlike the Fear of God ones, it's not two separate dust bags, it's one dust bag for both sneakers. And it's giant, which makes me think that these sneakers are gonna be giant. Oh man. I don't know what I'm in for. Here we go. They're big. These are big boys. Wow. Look at that. So this is the Off-White ODSY 1000 in blue and red. And this is definitely a designer sneaker. Mainly just because of the size. I mean, designer sneakers are usually giant. Like, this is a size 9 shoe because I'm a size 9. And if you look at like a normal size 9 pair of Nikes or something like that, it's not this big. I'm really excited to check these out. I've only done one review of a designer sneaker, and that was the Balenciagas, I believe. So now I get to do multiple reviews of designer sneakers, of the Fear of God ones, of these Off-White ODSYs. Let me know in the comment section down below which shoe you'd prefer a full review on. I'm honestly kind of thinking this shoe because this shoe is nuts and it's Off-White and people seem to love Off-White. It smells a lot like rubber, and I'm assuming because the bottom half of the sneaker is rubber, like this whole like giant bottom portion of the shoe is rubber, which makes it incredibly heavy. These spikes are nuts. The bottom of the shoe is covered in these like porcupine spikes, these super thick porcupine spikes that kind of raise you off the ground by like half an inch. This is nuts, man. Of course, you've got your Off-White tag on the right shoe, weaving through your bright neon green laces. You've also got the Off-White X with the arrows on the end, sort of warped to fit the side of the sneaker. It gives it a very unique look, to say the least, and it's in bright red. So I'm assuming that's why this is the blue and red Off-White ODSY 1000, because you've got this giant segment of blue and then this sort of, I guess more dull red section. Beneath that, you have this very thin translucent mesh panel with what almost looks like a flywire system that holds the laces in place. You've also got this semi-translucent blue eyelet thing right here. And on the medial side, it's much simpler. It doesn't have that X. This is a crazy looking shoe. These are nuts. These are crazier than I ever would have expected. To be fair, the image online was crazy, but this, what is that? The back of the sneaker almost has this sort of ruler pressed into the rubber portion of the shoe, maybe measuring how much higher you get when you wear this sneaker. But it goes from 0 to -5, so I don't know if that's what it is. I don't think this is 5 inches. I don't know what it could be measuring. I don't know why they put that in there, but it's interesting. It's different. Of course, you've also got this off-white belt detail right here in bright yellow. And I don't know if you guys remember Osman from some of my previous videos, from some Complex Con vlogs, and he's actually going to be in the upcoming Complex Con vlog, but he took an off-white belt years ago and turned it into a camera strap, and then he got a write-up, and I think it was high snobiety or something like that, and then everyone started copying it. But that's the only other off-white belt that I have, is that camera strap, and now I have it on the back of my sneaker. So that's kind of cool. Of course, being an off-white sneaker, you've got these unfinished edges around the tongue, and you've also got this really interesting pink and clear off-white tag sewn into the tongue. That's a crazy detail. Doesn't match with anything on the shoe, but I mean, I don't think anything on the shoe is supposed to match. This is a nuts sneaker, man. This is heavy as hell. It's crazy. This off-white ODSY 1000 is probably the craziest sneaker in my collection. By a mile. If you're trying to stunt that different look, then this is the shoe to go with, and you can grab it at MrPorter.com. There's a link in the description below, so make sure to check that out. But this shoe, man, I don't know when I'm gonna wear this, but I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna try. I mean, I'm at least gonna do a video about it. A detail that I just noticed is that you've got shoelaces printed on the end of the shoelaces, as you probably expected. It's only on one side though, and not on both, like the Nike collab, which is kind of interesting. I mean, the materials that they used feel premium. The meshes that they used feel good. There's like a ton of different meshes on this shoe. You've got some, I guess, nubuck or really low pile suede around the edge of the toe, and then some nice tumbled leather. Oh, another detail that I just noticed is that you've got the off-white arrow, or one section of it, on the toe, and then ODSY 1000 debossed into the rubber on the toe. There's a lot of textures on this rubber as well. You've got some nice lines here, and then also a thread texture, which I think could actually be thread holding it to the upper, but I'm not totally sure. This shoe is crazy. I don't know what normies would think if you were wearing this shoe around them. Normies as in non-sneakerheads or non-fashionable people. If I wore this shoe around my granddad in Kansas, he would have some questions. My fiance Jordan, though, she wouldn't bat an eye. She'd be like, "Nice, Seth, that's just another one of the crazy shoes that you have in your collection. How much did you spend on that?" is what she would say. And now that we've got the fear of gods out of the way and the crazy off-whites out of the way, we got a pair of early Yeezys that I'm extremely, extremely excited for. Of course, you got the Mr. P ribbon that I'm gonna pull off. Thank you, Mr. P, for these shoes. Appreciate it. Seriously, when these drop, make sure to check out Mr. Porter. I've left a link to these shoes in the description below because they should be easier to get at Mr. Porter than pretty much anywhere else. But as you probably saw from the top of the box, this is a pair of Yeezy 500s, and it is actually the brand new pair of Yeezy 500 Soft Visions, which I'm incredibly excited for. This shoe is the first Yeezy 500 that's actually coming out in a color that's not tan or a shade of tan. I guess there's a black pair, but that doesn't really count. These Yeezy 500s come in sort of a lavender or sort of a light pink color. It's a little bit different than what I thought it was gonna look like online. A lot of places like Yeezy Mafia and some of Adidas's promo images had these as more of like a pink, but I would say this is definitely more of a very light purple, like more of a lavender. It has some pink hues to it, and I think in certain lights it can come out pink, but in this light it looks just like a light purple. So as you probably know if you've been following my channel for a while, the Yeezy 500 was a sneaker that I initially hated it, and I didn't like it for like a year and a half. And then after probably my 4th or 5th pair of 500s, I decided to actually keep a pair and not just get rid of it once I reviewed it. And now I love it. It's an incredibly comfortable sneaker. It's still ugly, I will give it that, but it's not unbearably ugly, and it's just unique. And I like unique sneakers. And this is finally one that's a little bit more unique than the other 500s because it's a completely different color. The paneling on this 500 is essentially exactly the same as every other pair of 500s. You've still got the meshes, you've still got the suedes. The suede quality is really, really nice. It feels super, super plush and premium, which is great. Again, this color is super, super different. It's probably different than you expected. I love it though. I think it's really crazy. I think it's out there. I don't know what I'd wear with it, but I feel like it's one of those shoes that it doesn't really matter what you wear with it because it's more of a pop detail than a sort of a matchy-matchy type thing. And I'm sure you could get away with sort of a matchy look. Like if maybe I gave this to Jordan and she wanted to wear like a pink upper with it, or not upper, a pink sweatshirt with it or something like that, it would work. But for me, I'm just gonna throw on whatever and hope that it doesn't clash too much. Another detail that I really like about this shoe is the gum outsole. I love it. It kind of gives it a peanut butter and jelly kind of look, which is again different, but something that I think worked out really nicely. I wouldn't have been mad if they had made the entire sneaker this same shade of lavender or soft vision. That's the dumbest name ever. But you know, I'm not mad at the gum outsole. I think it's a nice contrast. I think it makes the shoe really stand out. And this is a sneaker that, hey, if I hadn't got sent this, I would still be buying this sneaker. I really like the way it looks. Everything else about this sneaker though is the same. The price point's the same, the sizing's the same, it's true to size, paneling's the same. It's just a solid all-around sneaker. And if you're looking for a pair of Yeezys that don't look like the 350s or the 750s or the 700s, this is a great way to go. The Yeezy 500 Soft Visions released tomorrow on MrPorter.com. That's definitely where I would suggest getting them. And again, there's a link in the description below. But that pretty much wraps up my insane Mr. Porter haul. I've got Fear of Gods, I've got Off-Whites, I've got Yeezys. It doesn't get much better than this, to be honest. It's a crazy designer and Yeezy haul, and I'm really stoked on it. Huge thank you to Mr. Porter for sending out all this stuff for this video. I seriously can't thank you guys enough for this. This is awesome. Make sure to check out Mr. Porter, which is linked in the description below. And again, grab your Yeezys tomorrow at Mr. Porter because I think you will have the best chance there, better than pretty much anywhere else. Sorry, Fear of Gods, didn't mean to bump you guys. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next video.